and welcome back to Justice for Olivier Panis. The 1997 season is 6 rounds in, and Jacques Villeneuve has a 15-point lead over Michael Schumacher. They're both very comfortable having their own fight up the front at the minute. Frentzen manages to take third offers after his podium in Spain. We have a pointless round, so we drop a place. Alesi up to 5th over Irvine. And in the Constructors, it's even more comfortable for Williams out the front. Ferrari a comfortable 2nd, but we hang on to 3rd just from Benetton, thanks to the point of Shinji Nakano. I'm not going to keep mentioning it, that's it. It's done, it's fine, it's in the past now, it's over, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And round 7 takes place here, the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal. This is the 15th time that Circuit Gilles Villeneuve would host the Canadian Grand Prix, and let's be honest, throughout the years it has hosted a plethora of classic races. It's just an amazing venue. I mean, admittedly, the races haven't been as great throughout the turbo hybrid era, but it has to be said, it's been missed, I think. The past couple of seasons we've not been able to go there. And before we get into the serious business, as ever, I want to remind you that the charity predictions are still open. Get yours in the comments. And Racing di Milano's charity challenge is now open. So, if you have a copy of Formula 1 97, jump in a Prost and head to the streets of Monaco and see if you can beat my qualifying time. For every half a second that you beat it by, Racing di Milano will add €1 into the charity pot. He's put a €50 limit on it just in case everyone trashes me. He's also offered this for the French Grand Prix as well, but obviously there's no target for that yet because French Grand Prix not yet happened, but obviously it will. And remember, full details of the charity predictions, what it is and how to get involved are in the description. I'll be showing a few more predictions during qualifying. Pole position for the 1997 Canadian Grand Prix was taken by 1300ths of a second by Michael Schumacher, frustrating the home fans as Jacques Villeneuve just missed out coming in 2nd. It was a great 3rd place for Rubens Barrichello and the Stewart, and Heinz-harald Frentzen qualified 4th. Panis qualified 10th, which was better than the previous couple of rounds of qualifying, and considering, you know, how good his tyres were during the race, there's still a chance for him to work his way into the points from there. His teammate Shinji Nakano was 19th. Our target, I think, is going to be 10th. I think that's decent if we can be within the top 10 to get started. We're going to be better here than we were in Spain, almost certainly. Probably not as quick as we were in Monaco though, so I'm cautiously optimistic. The real pole time was a 1 minute 18.095, but in the game it's about 3 to 3.5 seconds quicker, so anywhere between a 14.5 or a 15.5 is kind of where we want to be if we want to be at the sharp end. We have yet to have a session start with rain, but this being Canada, there is every opportunity that it could arrive at any time, so let's try and get the laps in. Here we go. Setup wise, I've basically taken the setup I had from Imola. I've knocked the rear wing down a little bit, the front wing up a little bit to help with the turning, and we're going to see how we go. I've got a brake just by the end of this Bridgestone hoarding on the left. Get the turn in. Oh, it's a bit too, no, a bit too shallow. Scrubbed off a load of speed by hitting the grass there. Ah, no, come on. Carrying too much speed through there. There's a really nice line through that chicane, and I'm just kind of trying to rush it. I cannot tell you how happy I am that the makeshift chicane that was in the 1995 game, because obviously it was there in real life, is gone. Very happy that that annoying thing is out of the way. Gotta hug the inside here to flick back across this way. That's good.
He's already behind his best time at intermediate 1.
Obviously not that good. There we go, that's a little better. That's a little better. Oh. See, look at the difference that made though, getting that right. I mean, I've ruined it now by deciding to orbit the entire of Canada rather than go around the corner. Could be very easy to cut that final corner. So as ever, we're going to try and pull... Oh, wow. Okay, good. I must admit, I wasn't expecting that.
Down into second. Third gear. Fourth gear. Up into fifth. Up into sixth. He's up at the second split. If he keeps this up, he could be on.
Please, can we overtake this McLaren before the final chicane? Please. I think we will. Oh, God, nearly. Nearly misread that. Yeah, need to be careful not to cut this final chicane. We must police ourselves, because obviously there's runoff on the inside. Oh. Oh, that was a bit touch and go, to be honest. Are we going to improve? No. Yeah, I got a comment from TBA, actually. A good way of trying to police ourselves in future. Obviously, we give places back if we take them illegally. But if I cut a corner and there's kind of a time advantage or disadvantage, oh, wow. 7/10 up and I've already ruined it. How do I always do that? How do I always mess up the first corner after a great sector? Yeah, TBA said basically, you know, why not just go off the throttle for a few seconds? Kind of almost the way that GT Sport implements penalties, just enforce yourself off the throttle. So, might be a good way of doing it, to be fair. Hopefully we won't have to. I can definitely get into the 1:15s. I think a comfortable 1:15 is on the cards if I can knit all these sectors together.
This kind of speed up, he'll be looking in a good. He's up at the second split. If he keeps this up, he could be on pole.
Right, surely we've got the straight line speed to blast past the arrows. Rubbish final chicane. That's going to have scrubbed off some speed. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, that's good though. That is very good. That could have us well in the top 6. And to be honest, my first sector was weak. I can do that better. Maybe it's because I've been talking, but I haven't heard Murray say anything about the weather, but the sky is very much getting darker. Oh, good. Was worrying that had almost fixed itself. There's plenty of time on the table in Sector 1. I can get to like a 20.5. Sector 2 is just dependent on how well I take this chicane. But not like that. That's how not to do it. It was definitely a deliberate just example of how not to do that. And oh no, the rain. I feel like Murray said nothing about the weather. You're my weatherman, Murray. Where are you?
This'll be a new hazard. The track's difficult enough in the dry, but wet on slick tires is the hardest situation of all.
Okay, thanks for that, Murray. It's a bit too late, but okay. I think there was a high 114 maybe still in there. But actually really surprised to get low 115 as well. That's so I should be really happy. I just get a bit greedy. It is usually the format that when it rains, it dries up at the end and everyone sets fast times at the end. If it hasn't, we've got pole. And we haven't. A 14.4 from Villeneuve. That's even quicker than I was expecting. All Williams front row, but look at that. I mean, I can't be angry at that. Schumacher third. I just want to look again, because obviously 14.4, I don't think I would have gotten to there. Frentzen was 14.8. I could have been second. And we were so close to Schumacher's time. So, the 1997 Canadian Grand Prix. Well, Schumacher and Villeneuve led pretty comfortably from the off. Back in the field, the Concertina through turns 1 and 2 caught out Panis, and he hit the back of Mika Häkkinen. Panis lost his front wing, and he caused Häkkinen to lose his rear wing. Häkkinen couldn't continue, but Panis could. Sorry, Mika. Lap 2, and Villeneuve spun it and put it in, well, wasn't called it yet, but the Wall of Champions, and he was out the race. In fact, he would never ever win in Formula 1 at the circuit that bears his father's name. Late on, Panis was running 7th and he managed to unlap himself from Schumacher and was going quite well. It looked like there was a chance at points again until the crash. One of the things that got said about Panis in that Prost car is it always looked finely balanced, always looked really nicely poised, and yet his accident was the antithesis of that. He lost the back end into the wall once, then into the wall a second time, with a huge impact that broke both of his legs. Now, it seems like the cause for the crash was he hit the wall on lap 43 and he radioed back to the pits and said there was an issue, but they didn't understand him. He apparently hit the wall with the force of 10G, basically damaged the rear suspension, it came loose, and it essentially steered the car from behind. As a result, Panis would miss the next 7 Grand Prix, and Minardi's Jarno Trulli would sit in for him. It essentially ended his season. Up to this point, Jacques Villeneuve had considered him a potential threat for the title, and it ended right here. Pit stops were happening at the time the accident happened, and his accident caused the race to be red flagged, and Coulthard ended up losing out from a good position, and it actually enabled one Shinji Nakano, ironically, to get 6th place and a point for the team. So the race was stopped early. Schumacher was declared the winner from Alesi and Fisichella. At the very least, it would be good to maybe try and avenge this result. We are 4th on the grid. Is it a bit ambitious? I mean, we're racing. If we're not going to try and win, what's the point? Yeah. Let's try and win. It is lovely blue sky, 2 Williams on the front row, Schumacher to our left, and it's lights out in Canada, and it's another poor start. It seems to be just our thing, but we've lost a place. It's not too bad. Let's just hold it in to turn 1. Let's not panic. Okay, the 2 Williams lead away. Alesi's past us. Don't really get much benefit from the concertina into turn 1, but I reckon we can have chances, and this is a good run. Oh! No, not yet. Vital to get the breaking point here right. That's like Frentzen having a move, maybe. Oh, it's good. It's a good run, but we've lost a bit of momentum. Oh, this is a really good chance. Oh my word! What a run! 3 wide into the hairpin.
He's gained 2nd place.
Oh! Sorry, that was a weird sound. That was brilliant. We're ahead and we're reeling in the Williams. Our straight line speed. Where's this coming from? We've had it all season, you see. Knocking down the front wing was the call. It was the right call. I'll say knocking down the front wing. Upping the front wing for the turn-in, lowering it for the rear wing, and the straight line speed's brilliant. We're going to move out to the inside for turn 1, and we're into the lead on the start of lap 2 at Canada. Let's park it on the inside because we've got a compromised line. We're ahead. What a start. Was slightly worried they were going to drive away with it after we lost that position to Alesi, but what a start. I can't even hear anyone.
Race order. Olivier Panis. Williams number 1.
So Villeneuve second.
Michael Schumacher.
It would be quite nice if Frentzen could maybe catch and pass Villeneuve. Sorry to wish him ill at his home Grand Prix, but this is, you know, we can't just have him finishing second every time we finish first. We're never going to catch him. Straight line speed. Good old Mugen Honda engine helping us along. Now the big thing that I'm going to constantly be checking, now we have some space, is, you guessed it, failures. Keep an ear out for the engine. As mentioned, some tracks I think you will fare better at than others, just the general AI strength. But I also think I've found the setup that works, and it's a bit of an unorthodox one with a high front wing to help with the turn-in, but then lowering the front wing, rear wing as much as possible, I should say, to help with the straight line speed, and that has served us really well. So we're now kind of hoping just to see that name change. It'd be good if we could just see a Frentzen. But then again, saying that, Frentzen's ahead of us in the standings, and if it stays as it is, we'll go clear of Frentzen. Is it too much to ask for John Lacey to go from 5th to 2nd? Surely not. He's won here, it's fine, go on. Now the pressure's off a little bit, I'm leading, I'm quick, I'm loosening up and driving so much better. Just constantly looking out to see if there's any form of purple line, smoke.
Number 1, Eddie Irvine, Michael Schumacher.
Whoa! Eddie Irvine, where have you come from, son? So Frentzen's disappeared. Irvine up to 3rd. We've had some pretty interesting and I'd say exciting races so far this season. Unfortunately, so far neither of them have been our probable race wins. I say probable because we are not there yet. Let's not jinx it. But yeah, if this is to be a win, both of them have been a little bit dominant. I suppose it's fine. I find it interesting how we've managed to move out to a 10-second gap and not extend it beyond that. And then again, maybe it's not interesting because I've just done that and I'm clearly just relaxing a little bit. Next level. Best race performance of the season so far. Hands down. Up until his accident, Olivier Panis was a potential threat to Jacques Villeneuve for his world title. For us, we have not been a potential threat up until his accident, but the thing is, this is where our story changes. No accident, the next 7 races are not Jarno Trulli's, they're ours. And could this win be the start of our challenge? Panis wins in Canada. Genuinely surprised. But pleasantly. Also, I said I wasn't going to mention it, but suck it, Shinji Nakano. So, confirmation by 17 seconds in the end. We win from Jacques Villeneuve. Eddie Irvine outdoes Michael Schumacher to finish 3rd. Frentzen 5th and Lacey 6th, and we manage another fastest lap. I mean, when we're on it, we're on it. So here's what that does to the championship. Well, Villeneuve, in reality, extends his lead over Schumacher. He's 18 clear. We go back into 3rd, though. Pretty good. What's the gap between us? 29 points. Gap opens up to 5 over Frentzen. Irvine manages to retake 5th off of Lacey thanks to his podium. Bit of a fight brewing between them, but we might be about to break away from them if we can keep this level of result. In the Constructors, Williams are... yeah, fine. They're alright. They're pretty happy, to be honest. Just chilling. Damn, but we now are 10 clear of Benetton. Vital stuff. So, we've won in Monaco, which is not part of France, but very French. We've won in Canada, which is definitely not part of France, but reasonably French. Next up, we're in France, which is French, which means we could do very well indeed. I mean, based on that logic anyway. So we do the first Grand Prix that Panis never got to do in real life. We go home to the French Grand Prix. Really getting into it now. We're getting into a nice rhythm with the series. Thank you to everyone who's been putting in the charity predictions. Remember, getting your qualifying times. France will be on the board very soon. And yeah, I really hope you're enjoying this series. I'll see you very soon for the next round.